Hi, today on Viva Bites we'll be talking about a very short topic. We'll be looking at the different schools of thought regarding size in geometric morphometrics, specifically the Huxley Jolicoeur school and the Gould Mosimann school. The source I'm going on is Klingenberg 2016, which is quite a good review of the two schools and allometries generally and how morphometrics are used. As we will probably go into more detail in another video, just a quick recap. There are many different origins of size variation. They can be ontogenetic, so size increases over individual growth. So for example, the different stages of life, infant, child, adult. Another origin of size is static allometry, so within a single ontogenetic stage. You can also have evolutionary allometry, but also fluctuating asymmetry. And finally, you can have variation in size in response to genetic and environmental variation. Geometric morphometrics is a sort of field that really appeared 1980s, 1990s. It was a bit of a revolution. Before that, you did have some morphometrics, that is the study of shape, and they're called traditional morphometrics as opposed to geometric morphometrics. And sort of prior to the advent of geometric morphometrics, and even with geometric morphometrics, there were two main ways of looking at shape and size and how they varied, and these two camps are the Gould Mosimann school and the Huxley Jolicoeur school. So the Gould Mosimann school, the main concept is that allometry is the covariation of shape with size, and is studied through the multivariate regression of shape variables on a measure of size, such as centroid size. So there's a focus on covariation between size and shape, and it fundamentally separates size from shape. It says that size is a scalar property quantified by a single number, and the shape of two objects are fundamentally equal if they are geometrically similar regardless of their sizes. So they can be completely scaled up or down, and if you've just got one number that can do this sizing, this scaling, then they have the same geometry. So for data on length measurements, then often what's done is using ratios of the measurements against a metric of overall size. Now, the Huxley Jolicoeur school, which is the other one, its fundamental principle is that allometry is the covariation among morphological features which all contain size information. So really there's an emphasis on covariation amongst different traits, and completely rejects the distinction between shape and size, unlike the Gould Mosimann school. But rather, the Huxley Jolicoeur considers that morphological form is a single unified feature, and it posits that allometric trajectories can be characterized by the first principal component, which is the line of best fit to the data points. So, quick brief look at the common features between both schools. Both look at size. In both, allometry is variation in various traits that is explained by or associated with variation in size. The fundamental difference between the schools, Gould Mosimann separates size and shape, whilst Huxley Jolicoeur does not. The Huxley Jolicoeur uses either the size-shape space, also called the Procrustes form space, and adds a log transform centroid size as an extra dimension to the shape tangent space, Or the alternative method is that they use the size and shape space. Slightly confusing, they're very similar, size shape shape space. So the size and shape space is also called the allometric space or the form space, and this involves superimposing the landmark configurations without standardizing to unit centroid size. And in both cases, allometry is characterized by finding the line that best fit in the multidimensional space. Contrast this with Gould Mosimann, which does a full Procrustes superimposition, and that involves centering all configurations, rotating, flipping, and then rescaling fundamentally so that your centroid size is 1. So that's a big difference between the two. And I would refer you to a little table that's found in Klingenberg 2016, which recaps quite nicely the various features, names and spaces that I used. That's it for today.